powered by Riverside.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy GQ, and I'm ready for another great episode of Live from the Bench. Unfortunately, today Boulevard will not be here, but we do have an AI here. We have an AI copy of Boulevard, and the AI will be here. The AI is called Dubs Dubbington. I think we're having some issues with the AI. It keeps getting in and out of the chair, but I think we might fix it. What's up, Boulevard? How you doing today? That's great. It's funny because AI is taking over the fucking world. I've realized I was scared of AI at first, but now I realize I use AI for everything.
I don't know. I played too much Fallout. The whole possibility of Sims terrify the fuck out of me. Like people just taking me, snatching me up, and replacing me. That's scary.
Listen, clone
that's scary.
Well, we got some interesting stuff for everybody at home. Everybody watching, we got some awesome stuff for you guys. So I can't wait to get into it. But before we do, please make sure you give us a subscribe. I mean, if you don't want to, that's fine. If you do, I greatly appreciate it. Boulevard might too.
I might.
Before we get into it, though, I saw something and it really made me laugh. So,
what's that?
This is not really sports related, but it dabbles a little. So we know the whole Kendrick and Drake beef. We've spoken about it before, just offline. Wasn't in the show, but we've spoken about it. How hilarious it is. So I don't have the exact situation that happened, but Drake made a bet on something had to do with Argentina. He made a bet. And something he said, he was like, it's about to get messy. That was what he said. Drake said it's about to get messy.
I get it.
Argentina responded with now let's just make sure we understand what I'm saying. The country of Argentina, blue check mark. That means the country, whoever's like in charge of press for Argentina, the entire country, blue check mark. They responded with they not like us.
Damn, that's championship level.
Drake, I don't know if
everywhere.
I don't know if the Drake fans have accepted it yet, but I think he lost that bet. He lost it. Yeah.
Good. Hands down. Not like us is probably going to be looked at the way my generation looks at Hit 'Em Up. Like it's going to be that level. Like it's, to me, it's like the first beef song in a long time. That was a hit song. You know, that mean I ain't talking about like the pop music girls and all their cat fighting and all that. I'm like, hey, hip hop. Beef songs don't become hit songs.
Yeah.
That shit used to lead to consequences. Now what? Rick Ross get punched in the face for it? That's not a consequence. Everybody's happy with that. Who hasn't been looking forward to the day somebody went upside Rick Ross? Excuse me. William Roberts' head. Because I'm not, no. I mean, let's be serious about it. Let's been waiting for that. We all been waiting for that. You seen the video. Like, you see the Rollins 30 waddling his fat ass the fuck away. Fucking cornball ass, cop ass, bitch ass. Anyway, what we talking about today?
All right, today. So we spoke about it. Oh man, and it's something that's been reeling. It's something that really me being a U.S. service member, it bothered me. And we're going to talk a little bit about that later. But, it bothered me watching the United States football team get demolished just so much. They're just getting mollywopped, and it just bothers me. So I was just like, you know what? If I had to do it, if I had to make my team the way it should be, I put my own criteria on it because I doubt the other countries are sticking to whatever the criteria on it. They said it's under 20. Hell no.
Right.
No. Because I know damn well I'm not beating the 20-year-olds that's playing the game. You think? So I went out there and I tried to make it fair. So I went out and made my own lineups for the U.S. A football team. That's probably why they made it the under 20, because they know if they did it with the best of the best of the best in America, they can't hold a candle. They couldn't hold a candle to the America's best of the best.
Telling you,
Now,
IMG Academy would have won the championship. That's all I'm saying. Like, that's all I'm saying. IMG Academy would have went undefeated in that tournament. There's high schools that would have won that tournament. Even with players under 18 would have won that tournament. So it's kind of disgraceful.
So there may be some issue that somebody can go back and be like, this person may not be American. I don't know. I don't know if these people are born in America. When I did the research, they are born in America from what I can say from the research I've done. They're not from anywhere else. Their birth certificates say United States of America. So I'm
no
good.
Weird Joel Embiid situations.
Yeah, we don't have that. So the people on my list are American by birth. If you find anything else, I mean, you may have some people who really rep different countries, but the people that I have on my list are American, even though they reps other things.
All right. Without further ado, let me give you something.
At quarterback, it was hard. This was hard for me because my criteria for players, it was under 25 and been in the NFL or been pro no more than 3 years. 3 years or less. They can't be.
So this is like Olympic team.
Yeah.
Football was an Olympic sport. Okay. I like this.
So under 25 or younger and can't be pro more than 3 years. Three or less, So when I'm looking around, I'm looking at guys who I think are effective quarterbacks, but under 25. There's only one guy that I can think of that was under 25, and that was Caleb Williams. Not a big Caleb Williams fan, but I feel like he's probably the one guy that I'd pick to be my quarterback for the U.S. team because he has that youth. The other guys, they're a bit older, so I went with him. I didn't know if there was somebody out there that you probably would have picked. I was
Stroud,
very
maybe? Just Stroud over 25?
He was a Pro Bowler, though.
Oh, okay.
Right. Stroud was a Pro Bowler. He was my pick at first, but he was a Pro Bowler. So that's the reason I didn't go Stroud.
Fair enough.
That was the other thing. It was like a lot of these other guys, and I'm like, Pro Bowler. I would have said Anthony Richardson, but he was injured. So
yeah, it's not a bad pick at all.
Yeah. And now my running back, the guy I picked at running back, shocking as hell. So shocked that he was even not a Pro Bowler. Breece Hall. Breece Hall wasn't a Pro Bowler. Immediately, I was like, give me Bryce Hall. He's my running back.
I like that.
My wide receiver, I picked.
Hold on.
I went with
Suspense,
3 wide receivers. Huh?
Suspense. Got to build suspense.
Okay. I went with a 3 wide receiver set, and my 3 receivers were Michael Wilson from Arizona. He's a rising guy. Drake London from Atlanta, and George Pickens from Pittsburgh.
Oh,
Yeah. Those are my three.
Which one's your number one? Pickens?
Pickens was my number one.
Who's your slot?
My slot was Mike Wilson.
Okay.
He's the shortest one out of all, but he has the most weight.
It's weird, right?
Yeah.
That's a solid core. I mean, yeah.
At tight end,
Why that sound off key that time?
it did. I went with Arizona tight end, Mr. McBride.
What is that? Miles McBride?
No, it's I'm not sure if it's
Martina
Tony.
McBride, Otis McBride. Otis
It's like
Redding,
Tony or Terry or I can't remember.
Otis Wilson.
What was it? T. McBride, Terry McBride, Tony McBride.
Come on, Bing, do your damn thing. Yeah. Whatever. Okay, so moving on.
Yeah.
Oh, Trey McBride. Okay.
Trey McBride. There you go.
Yeah, we really are cutting deep with this one, digging way into the crates with Miles McBride. Good Lord. It's like, who the fuck? Miles McBride, you better do something this season because, I mean, you could have been on Team USA, according to GQ. Don't make him look stupid. We don't know who you are.
At tackle. No, people going to kick my ass for this. I went with New York Giants. I know he's been sucking.
He's a Giant. That's what they do.
Yeah, I went with New York Giants tackle Andrew Thomas.
Okay. I mean, against the world, yeah, sure.
Yeah, at the other tackle, I went with Arizona Cardinals tackle Paris Johnson. Young guy, probably has a lot of upside to him, stuck on the team, but he's young, not a Pro Bowler yet, so he'll probably fit my criteria. Got it? Because everybody got to understand this. I'm picking a lot of bums. You're going to see some players here that are going to be bums. You got to understand. They got to fit my criteria. This is hard. Yeah. They got to fit my criteria. You're probably thinking.
Your criteria are what again?
The criteria, they got to be under 25, cannot have played longer than 3 years, and cannot have been selected to a Pro Bowl. Okay.
So this will primarily be not necessarily your front end players.
Right.
This is the Olympic team. A lot of those players wouldn't want to be on it anyway. You know, it's like I'm not going over there. It's when I got to go to camp.
So at guards, at my two guard positions, I went with. Are we not getting it? It's not popping up.
Shit, my bad. Hold on. Have me all suspense. Like, who's he picking?
I went with Rams guard Steve Avila. I know a lot of people would have thought he was Spanish or from like Mexico or nope, he's from Texas. And then I went with San Francisco guard Spencer Burford. A lot of people don't know Spencer Burford played in 30 games, started 29. And never made a Pro Bowl.
For who?
San Francisco.
Damn, he gets no love apparently.
Yeah.
Consistency is your best ability. So
yeah. And at center,
ding 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 ding.
We've seen this gentleman play center very few snaps, but we have confidence in him. Here on this channel, we have no choice but to be confident in his ability to play center. Ladies and gentlemen, the USA football's center will be Mr. Cam Jurgens from the Philadelphia Eagles. Holy shit. All right.
I think they all knew that was going to be the pick. There had to be an Eagle in there somewhere, obviously.
Oh, of course. Oh, of course. All right. So at the defensive end positions, this was very hard as well. Because again, I had to go with a lot of people that you're not going to get any love with for. I went with New York Giants defensive end Kayvon Thibodeau. No, he's not from France.
He hasn't made a Pro Bowl?
No. I had to check. I researched it.
Good God.
And Miami Dolphins defensive end Jalen Phillips.
Oh, I like that one at least. I like that Phillips kid. Thibodeau should be something, but I like that Phillips kid.
All right, my defensive tackles. Y'all gonna hate me for this, but so what? I don't give a shit. They're probably the best defensive tackle combination you'll ever see.
Yeah.
And we love them here on this channel. Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter of the Philadelphia Eagles, the USA football team's defensive front.
Take a bow, young man. You hit the magic words. If this was Phoebe Herman, we'd be. Arr! So, yeah, good shit.
At
good
linebacker.
Shit. Wait, I got to find my song. All right, where'd it go? Oh, where'd it go? All right, whatever. Wait, I can't find it.
It's okay. At the linebackers, I went with a 3 linebacker set, as you see. So my 4 down D line. I went with a 3 linebacker set. I went with Ernest Jones of the LA Rams, who, it's crazy, has not been to a Pro Bowl. Quay Walker of the Green Bay Packers has not been to a Pro Bowl.
Oh, he'll get there. He'll probably get the one up.
And Ivan Pace Jr., who like completely came out of nowhere and showed that he can compete with the big dogs, has not been to the Pro Bowl. Ivan Pace from Minnesota. Those are my linebackers.
A lot of unknowns.
Now, these next 2 are going to blow your mind. You still there, Boulevard? Because you kind of went like this. These next 2 are going to blow your mind. Oh, there it is. This next one's going to blow your mind. My cornerback positions are going to blow your mind. First, my starting corner, my number 1 corner from the Kansas City Chiefs. Blow your mind that this guy has never been on a Pro Bowl. I believe it's Trent McDuffie. This guy has never been to the Pro Bowl.
There's another one. I mean, it's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
I mean, he's part of that crazy turnaround in that defense.
Yeah.
It's like one of the worst in the league to one of the best in a season.
Exactly.
He's part of that. So, yeah, good pick.
And the other corner here. Now, here, this is where it gets. Here's the debate goes. And I researched this because this was like on my mind heavy when I seen it. Hold on, I'm sorry, everybody. Just got to make sure I got it up there. Christian Gonzalez from the New England Patriots. Remember at the game, he held up that flag that was not an American flag. The young man was born in Carrollton, Texas, ladies and gentlemen. He was born in Carrollton, Texas. He is an American, so that means he's going to play for the American team. Huh? I didn't do it. It wasn't me. So at free safety, I went with another Kansas City Chief, Mr. Brian Cook.
Damn, they need to give some respect to this damn defense over there. Like, there shouldn't be so many defenders from the defending champs on this fucking shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's
I will with
absurd.
Brian Cook. He was the starting safety. And at my other safety position, I feel like this was just a me pick because I like this guy and I want to see him succeed. He's not even going to be a starter on his own team, but I felt like he can probably start here.
He's not the first one on this list that won't be starting.
Wait, let me look. I think he's the only one on his team not starting on his own team.
Jesus.
He's the only person on this team not starting on his own team. And I went with the strong safety from Philadelphia. You know who it is, Boulevard.
Well, we know he was from Philadelphia. They don't know who it is, though.
I picked Sid Brown.
Of course you did. We all knew that. And, of course, since the Eagles are the magic word in this, why can't I ever find the shit I'm looking for? God damn it. All right.
And if we were to pick a kicker and a punter, there's only yeah. If we were to select a kicker and a punter, there are only two kickers. There's only two people that I'd even be interested in. I didn't do the research on them, but I didn't really need to. The only two people I'd be interested in are the following. Cam Dicker, because his name is just funny. He's funny.
Yes.
I want Cam Dicker.
Cam Dicker, Olympian kicker.
That is hilarious.
Bars.
We should get that on a shirt.
Yes.
And then I pick Matt Araiza because he deserves it. He did not deserve what he had to go through, and I believe he should be honored in some way.
Yeah, you're right. He's a perfect example.
How do you accuse someone of something and he wasn't even present? That's all I'm going to say. We don't need to go back into it. We discussed it.
Drinking milk and cookies.
Yum. All right. That's all I had for the USSR. I mean, USA football team. Almost awoke my sleeper agent status.
All right, I'll use that to go to another topic since we done the major one. You want to go into the questions now?
Sure.
You want to go straight to
All right. Questions? Do you want me to drop in some my old USA sports stories from when I was?
Oh, we got time for that. We got plenty of time left. That went a lot shorter than I expected. All right.
Okay.
What are Eagles' biggest concern? What can go wrong this season?
All right. So, in my opinion, I feel like our biggest issue right now is what I'm thinking is what's the right word is. Damn. What I can't think of the word. It's it's because we've switched. This is like the third straight season that we'd had different coordinators. I think just the changeover is going to be a little bit of a problem. I think that's the biggest concern, just trying to get them back acclimated to the new system. I think that's going to be a bit of a change. I feel like the only difference last season with the offense is that they kind of had a little bit of a head start if they would have did things the right way because Brian Johnson was there. They shouldn't have had to change too much, but it looked like I don't know what the problem was there with the collapse. I feel like one thing that needs to happen, they have to reinstill or make sure that there is like whatever the chirping is outside of Philadelphia, they got to make sure it's not getting to anybody's heads because there's a lot of it. And we have a lot of like fake fans out there they're making it chirping like Joey Bag of Donuts. He probably works for the whip. They talk bad about the Eagles and yes, I'm wearing pajamas. Who gives a shit? And a Wendy's shirt underneath. Who cares? but they talk bad about the Eagles, but they call themselves Eagles fans. I don't get it. So I think just blocking that out, putting your blinders on, I think that's the biggest concern. I think the Eagles' biggest concern. Say what? TikTok. Yeah, I think the Eagles' biggest concern is the Eagles. I think the Eagles' biggest enemy coming into the next season is themselves. As long as they can stay out of their own way, they don't have an issue. I don't know about you though. What do they move on?
I don't know. I hope you're still talking because I can't hear shit.
Oh, I did a whole thing, but continue. I got it on. It's okay.
Okay. Next question. Michael Thomas for number 3 slot receiver, number 3 option. Considering he probably doesn't have much left, but he's got something. I mean, we try kind of what we thought Julio would be last season.
I don't see why not. I mean, I don't think Julio did horrible. I think the thing with Julio last season was Julio was a third option, but he was a third. He wasn't even the number. He wasn't the third option because that was Quez. That was Quez and Zacchaeus.
Definitely
Julio
was not the third option.
Julio was the alternate to AJ. And I think when AJ was off the field and Julio was in, I think he did a fine job. He did have, I think he had two touchdowns. That was more than I expected from Julio Jones. I didn't expect.
Yeah, I mean, with Julio last year, anything we got was a bonus because I don't think anybody truly expected him to come back and have like a Julio Jones season because that just wasn't happening. So.
Yeah, I expected Julio Jones to be that guy that was just gearing up for a wide receiver coach position, and like
maybe
like that's what I thought. I thought he was just gonna. Yeah, I thought he was just gonna sit there on the side, like he was gonna be a player. He's gonna be like a play, like one of those coaches in uniform, somebody that was just gonna be on the field coaching the players, like just be there for a locker room support guy.
But Brandon Graham,
yeah, just getting those 2 touchdowns, that was more than I expected from him. Yeah. So, yeah,
okay. Even if it's just about the same result, same numbers, you'd be satisfied with that out of Michael Thomas?
Out of Michael Thomas, yeah. I'd be satisfied with that because at the end of the day, when you bring in somebody who's on the plus side of 30, you're like when I see a receiver on the plus side of 30 who's not producing like a D-Hop is, like a Devontae is, like Adams, you're not expecting them to come out there and light it up. I'm not expecting that from. That's why we're looking at you as like
it's
the option.
Like you're hoping to get something out of them.
Yeah, I'm hoping that you're coming in.
That their effect off the field is, somewhat valuable.
Like, yeah, I'm hoping that if I can bring you in, I'm hoping that you're here to teach Johnny Wilson and Anaya Smith how to hone their skills, how to develop what they have.
Even that, just how to be a pro.
Yeah.
Know where to be, how to train, how to eat, all those things.
Because that's a question, and that's one of the things I feel like a lot of people never really think about, and that's something a lot of people don't really engage with players. I mean, I don't hear about it much. Maybe it is something, but I never hear about it. Like, does the NFL prepare players for what goes on at like what they do after the field or after the game of football? Do you like sit down and be like, hey, am I going to coach or am I going to sit down and just like sit in my room for the rest of hey, gear up. You might have
they're making an effort now to find coaches, find players that want to get into coaches, when to get into media. They find them a little early now and start preparing them.
Right. That's great because shit, like there's a lot of stuff going on that these guys could get into.
Mm-hmm. All right, my next is what if Cam Jurgens fails? What do we do?
If Cam Jurgens fails, so here's my thing about Cam Jurgens failing. I feel like Cam Jurgens can only fail Cam Jurgens because if he fails, it's because he's trying to live up to an expectation of somebody that he doesn't need to try to live up to. Cam Jurgens has to try to be Cam Jurgens. If he tries to be anybody else, if he's trying to live up to what Kelsey is, he's going to fail. I think if Cam Jurgens just tries to just chill out and just develop in his position, just snap the ball, just do well enough, as long as he's not making fucked up snaps, missing blocks, he'll be fine. If he's out there fucking up like that, because it's the center position, there's not that much you have to really do. Just be smart. Yeah, just be smart. Like it's a high IQ position. All you got to do is be smart. If you can't do that, then which they would have, like Stoutland is probably one of the best people. They probably would have figured it out already if he couldn't do that. If he fails, then we'll find out now. This year is the time to find out right now. Find out right now. If he can't do it, then we can go put him back at right guard and start preparing Tyler Steen for a tackle position. Then we go out and draft a center.
So yeah, basically, if Jurgens fails, it fails.
Yeah,
that whole line goes down with him. Like that's 2 positions out of 5, and you can't function that way.
Yeah, it's like because after that, it's like you got to move him. You got to slide him back to right guard. Once he fills that center, you slide him back because Lane's going to be going soon. So now you got to figure that shit out now.
Mm-hmm.
So you just got to hope that Steen can. You just got to hope that Steen can hold up at the tackle position because if
his development is very important to the future of the franchise.
Yes, it
Jurgens
really is.
But Jurgens seems to have the trust. Steen, not so much. Steen didn't show up last year, and he's got a lot to prove this year.
Right.
So I mean, he's still got a lot of rope, but they're they're pulling it in now. If they don't start seeing it, they're going to start yanking that shit. He ain't going to be out there.
And one of my biggest concerns for Steen is Mekhi Becton. Mekhi Becton is probably Steen's biggest enemy because they say what Steen's most successful positions is the right guard and left tackle. I don't know how he managed to do that, but right guard, left tackle. He's probably, unless Mailata goes down, which Mailata doesn't seem like he gets hurt often. If he's got to pray that he can at least compete with Mailata or Becton, or and God forbid, you don't want to see nobody get hurt. But if that's the case, what happens? There's just a lot. It's just hope there's just a lot of redundancy along that offensive line because that center position is the most important. I feel like they could probably shift around enough that they can make things happen, but I think it all starts with Cam Jurgens. If he fails, then he fails. And
if Jurgens fails or Johnson gets injured for that line, like it's over.
It's done.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't have faith in Jurgens or Steen, not necessarily. I feel like already in my heart. You're frozen shit.
No. It's okay. We're on local. It's going to record your side and mine. It's okay.
Okay. All right. Will Sirianni be fired if the Eagles miss the playoffs?
Okay, cool. Awesome. Here's a question. Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. If Eagles miss the playoffs, Sirianni will be fired. And then they'll also look for a replacement for Jalen Hurts.
Ooh.
I'm 100% that Jalen Hurts' longevity in Philadelphia is 100% tied to Nick Sirianni's fate in Philadelphia. I'm a big fan of Jalen Hurts, but I 100% feel like I 100% feel like I don't think Howie or Jeff Lurie are against Jalen Hurts. I don't think they pretty much care who's at quarterback as long as there's success. But I 100% feel if they don't do it with Jalen Hurts at quarterback, because I feel like Jalen Hurts is going to get you those rushing touchdowns, which a lot of people, they like to look at those quarterback numbers and like, oh my God, Jalen Hurts didn't do anything. The guy rushed for 18 rushing touchdowns. That's a lot for a quarterback. That's a lot. That's a lot to disregard. You cannot disregard that. But I feel like it's not pretty quarterback play. It's not what people want to see from a quarterback.
No.
So I feel like if Nick Sirianni can't progress the Eagles, yeah, they'll fire him and they'll start looking for Jalen Hurts' replacement. He'll probably have 1 year without Nick.
Right, I mean, he's definitely going to have another year because of the contract that he signed. Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure if they get an out before it kicks in or if it's kicked in already. I'm not really sure, but yeah, it does kind of seem like as close to a now or never situation as it's been in a while, a few years. All right, next question. Do the Washington football team trade for Ayuk? I don't know if that was bad grammar or not. Does the Washington football team, Commanders, Redskins, Bullets, trade for Ayuk?
I don't like. I feel like there's a strong possibility that yes, it does happen, but I still feel like there's another team lying in the wait, ready to see what the possible offer might be, just to jump in and maybe try to.
Maybe a team in Buffalo or a team in
I don't
Kansas
think Buffalo's
City.
I think it might be a Denver or a Denver or a LA, like Chargers. No. I think it might be one of those teams, another Western team.
Okay.
Because
that'll probably be good for him.
Yeah, I feel like it'll be a Western team as opposed to a Eastern team because it's still San Fran. Because yes, the appeal of playing with your college quarterback is nice, but but that chemistry can only get you but so far. Like, we haven't played with each other in so long. Like, that chemistry kind of dies out.
No, Diddy.
That chemistry kind of dies out, so you don't have it no more. So, like, you've been playing, like, Ayuk's been in the league, like, 2-3 years now. And fucking Jaden Daniels been sitting in there growing up and growing facial hair, becoming a grown man.
No.
Too long.
Or what behind
I don't understand that. Like, why are y'all staying in college that long? You just that
because again, I mean, why not? All you got to do is go to class a couple of days, and you get
Too
paid
damn
like
long.
$1 million, and all you do is just to play football. Like, who wouldn't want that deal?
That's
Hell, I don't
fine.
blame them people for staying in college for 6, 7, 8, 9 years. The world is hard. Get all the
I
degrees you
understand.
can.
I understand that, but like,
I ain't knocking none of them. It's like, stay. They gonna laugh at you, but you're gonna be way more farther along than they are when you start working.
okay,
gonna be
Brandon
their
Whedon.
with all them damn degrees. You're gonna be everybody fucking boss.
Okay, Brandon
Out of
Whedon.
college, been there 9 years. Got fucking three fucking degrees. Shit.
I got 6
Next
kids.
question is about the 18-game schedule. Okay, I mean, allegedly Joe Burrow, of all fucking people, with his LSU education, seems to have solved the mystery of how to make the bye weeks work. Now we're going to go sort of kind of live to see what the fuck he had to say, and we're going to find out what you think and what a certain fella named Chase Daniels thought. All right, let us begin.
What do you think the perfect football schedule is in terms of weeks and bye weeks?
How many games are we playing?
You tell me.
18.
18. Got to have 2 bye weeks.
I like
and I think
that.
it'd be cool to do a normal bye week schedule that it is now. Like have it spread out, but then like week 13 do like the Pro Bowl break where you're doing like the 7-on-7 and all the skills challenges like the NBA does, because I think that would get more ratings for the Pro Bowl.
Yes.
And then it would also give everybody that bye week going into like the last 6 games of the year.
My big idea is, especially now with the expanded college football playoff, you do the week before Christmas, no NFL, college football playoffs, give everyone a break to go do their shopping.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Yeah, and then you get everyone reset. The whole league is on a level playing field for the
and then you
home
have
stretch.
guys that are injured that would be able to potentially come back, and you want your best players out there as a league. You want them in the last 6 weeks of the season. You want your best players on the field. So I think that would be a smart idea.
I think we fixed football, and then you get the President's Day Monday after the Super Bowl off.
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah,
when would that Super Bowl then fall? Because that would be a challenge, but that would be perfect.
Perfect.
So what you think, GQ?
All right. I was with him, man. I was with him with the 18-game season and 2 bye weeks. I was with him up until he said he had a Pro Bowl middle of the season. I was with him up until he said that dumb shit. Why are we doing that? I don't even want I want the Pro Bowl after the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, we pretty much decided that the Pro Bowl was a wash anyway, so it don't matter where we put it. It's still going to be trash. There is no incentive to play it. The players don't want to play an extra game, so why? Let's find a way to get rid of the Pro Bowl or find something to do to make it actually matter or be entertaining.
I think, you know what? Since we letting people make stupid comments, because for a while I liked the whole 2 bye weeks. I'm with that. I like that. I love the 2 bye weeks. That works for me. Let's go with, you got 18 weeks. Boom. Week 6. You got first 6 game, week 7 bye week. Boom. Bam. 7, 8, 9, 10. What the fuck? I don't know. Maybe week 14 bye week. Boom. Like, I mean, yeah, like, hey, but I don't know, like, and I don't know. That's like when you start the second, I don't know, just around there. I don't know how to do it. You get what I'm saying? Like, they just try to figure it out in there. Like, everybody should just get a bye week, 2 bye weeks.
The players don't want to do it. The only people that want to do it are not going to be the people on the field because they're the ones who get most of the revenue from it. Or at least they get a bigger chunk than the players do.
I get it.
Like, that's the only reason that anybody wants this. Sure, as fans, we would love more football, but we're not the ones that got to go out there and put their neck, spine, hips, knees, ankles, shoulders, and whatever else on the damn line every damn week. So, I mean, if they don't want to do another game after you just put another game on their back after they got physically adjusted to playing 18 games, I mean 16 games plus playoffs. Now you're trying to make it 18 games plus playoffs. Like we already know that there are injuries, a lot of injuries that pile up from repeated smashing, but you're going to encourage that and then say you're against it. I don't see how this is a benefit for anyone but owners and television fans. This just puts the players more at risk.
I could see how it could benefit players, but this could also be the GM and me talking. It could be an extra game check for players. You get 2 extra weeks of game check.
That's 2 extra weeks. They could be at home, relaxing.
These motherfuckers do not want to be at home. Look at Tom Brady.
They don't want to be injured.
Listen, if you don't want to be injured, don't play professional football. You're gonna be injured.
It's just wear and tear that leads to the injuries. Then they're gonna have there's gonna be load management games and shit like that because you got to conserve player safety. Now you're just opening a whole new box of bullshit. And it was fine the way it was. It's just greed that has led to this.
They already do it. It's already greed that, like, listen to these contracts.
Yeah, it's just more greed. And you know what's going to happen after this? There's going to be a 20-game season. The owners are going to keep asking money more out of these people. I mean, the revenue stream isn't going to widen to benefit the players over this. They're not going to get a bigger cut of it. They're getting the same fucking revenue stream, but it's what you have to bring in more players because you have more of a season. That's less money for the players. That doesn't benefit the players in any form. They're more likely to get injured. They're not going to have as high of a fucking game check. Like, it's not a benefit to the players.
Now, I understand what you're saying, and to that credit, I would say yes. Player safety is a thing, but now I have to be realistic. Well, not necessarily realistic, but from what I've seen from experience, I can't necessarily say it because understand that part because I've seen players that don't get paid go from fall season and play an unpaid semi-professional leagues, go fall season, spring season, summer season to fall season again. I've seen them do that. And then some of them will go from the AFL, leave the AFL, get a 2-week break, and jump into a semi-pro fall season. They're doing it. So I when you got guys that are not making as much as these guys that's making $250 million, I mean,
you mean quarterbacks?
Huh?
You mean quarterbacks?
Yeah. But I look at these guys, it's like at some point we got to start looking at these guys as like anybody can come out there and do what they're doing. And that's just to be honest with you. Anybody, it may not be able to come out there and do it and make it look as pretty, make it look as exciting and beautiful and as shiny, but anybody can come out there and do it. Because if it wasn't the case, the UFL wouldn't exist. Like, you wouldn't be able to go out there and make a second league. You wouldn't be out there and be able to make a Canadian league or that Spanish league out in Mexico or South America, whatever it is. You wouldn't be able to make that European league out there. So my thing is, yes, I do understand the business part of it.
You're not going to just take this and be fine with it. The owners aren't. They're going to ask for another game, and they're going to ask for another game. And at what point is it going to be too much?
I agree.
Somebody expanding the season now. What's the next step? They expand it to damn near St. Patrick's Day?
I
That's
agree
the way
that,
it's headed.
expanding it too. I agree that expanding it too much, but then that's where I say that's where the preseason has to. That's where I say you have the preseason. You just do away with the preseason. I think there's a point where you say you do away with the preseason, and then there's a lot of changes that would have to be made. Also, I think that what the NFL needs to do exactly the idea that me and you've been talking about over and over. This not necessarily the leagues want to bring
Minor
in
league,
more revenue.
the D League.
Yes, owners want to bring in more money. Cool. People want to see football all year round. There's a reason why there's other leagues. NFL, you want to make more money, you want more revenue stream. Get developmental leagues. Get into these developmental leagues. Put your hands in these pots. Dip some money in there. They'll bring that money back. I'm promising you. That's all they're looking for. Somebody to dip their hand in it. You got talent. You can bring talent, fresh talent, fresh talent. You got some bad guys. Send them back down. What's the guy named Turpin for the Cowboys? They sent his ass down. His ass came up after he got exposed that he was actually good. Send somebody ass down. Get sent back up. Send somebody ass down. Send them back up. That's what you do. That's what happens.
That's the way we like to.
And because I can agree, I can understand both points of view. What I will never understand is like the load management. I don't care. You're a professional. This is your job. Like you and I, we come out here every week and we do this shit. We're tired. Like we do this shit. We don't get paid. We're tired. We got our own shit to do. We got shit to do on the side, but we still have to take time to do this shit. We don't bitch and say load management. We still put this shit out, right?
Yeah, my back hurt. I'm injured as fuck.
52 weeks a year. We fucking do this shit.
Shit.
So load management, my ass. We may not be doing this physically, but emotionally and mentally, this shit it can be exhausting, especially without a turnaround or revenue coming in. It can be exhausting. But the fact of the matter is, the job has to get done. It is our job to come out here and put content out for you. So when people say load management, that is a crock of shit to me. So when people say your job is to put out content for us, we're gonna put the content out. And when it's their job to come out there and perform football, whether it's 4 games a year, 8 games a year, 9 games a year, or 18, 16, 17. Honestly, I didn't like when they went from 17 because I do not like uneven numbers. That shit bothers me. My OCD tripped out. I felt like it was either you want to stick it, keep
I
it
think
at
a lot
16.
of us are all weirded out by this. Yeah, by 17.
Yeah, when they went to
so.
17 games, it weirded me out. I was like, if you're gonna do it, just do it at 18 because the 17 threw me out.
It's
But
just ugly. It's ugly.
I feel like
It's ugly as a tie.
anybody can. Also, I think if you can also go to a tiered
on
system.
on your win loss, like a tie, just gross.
I also think the NFL should go to a 50
absolutely.
team
They
system.
can go to a tiered system, relegation and such. Yeah,
Yes.
I agree completely.
Yeah.
Put them fucking Cowboys in their place finally. All right, I have a response from, of all people, some of you may remember this guy, Chase Daniels. Yeah, he was a quarterback too. And he said, in response to Joe Burrow's bullshit, I guarantee you that every NFL player seeing this is not happy with Burrow for saying this. The NFLPA is already having meetings about damage control. The owners just gained some leverage over the players. This is what happens when a top 5 quarterback speaks in favor of an 18-game season. Now, I don't know about top 5 quarterback, but that's just me. But where do you stand in response to Chase Daniels, who definitely was not a top 5, 40?
I have a comment on I have something wrong with everything within. If you could put that up again? I have a problem with everything that was going on with the whole thing. Everything about the whole situation. If you could put when you get a chance.
It's coming. It's coming.
I'm sorry. First and foremost, Chase Daniels' response to Joe Burrow. Who the hell is Chase Daniels to respond to Joe Burrow? Chase Daniels, you can't even lick Joe Burrow's bootstrap. Like, Joe Burrow's been somewhere. You've done nothing. I don't even remember you. I know you probably played under people. That's what I know you for. You
played
backed
under
somebody
Drew
up.
Brees and Peyton and
You backed
Pretty
somebody up. That's
yeah.
what I know you for. Jesus Christ. That is that's one of my issues with this. You
pretty sure
responded.
Taysom Hill was getting more run than he was at one point, but my memory
Exactly.
may be wrong.
That's one of my issues with that. Like, you spoke in when you have the position. You don't have the right to speak on this, Chase Daniels. You don't have the status to speak on somebody like Joe Burrow. Get out of here. No one knows who you are. We don't care about Chase Daniels' response. Secondly,
Please, if you're watching out there, let me know if Joe Burrow is a top 5 quarterback. Please let me know this.
Secondly, the comment, I guarantee you that every NFL player seeing this is not happy with Burrow for saying this. Boom, right there. That's a lie. George Kittle's already said he is in support of this. Hello. What?
I'm saying because George Kittle ain't got many hits left on his frame before he's out of there himself.
But a top 5 tight end was agreeing with it. Boom.
I could see like the minimum players. I could see there were players that would definitely be happy to have more opportunity to get some run.
But the point is, he had started off his quote with a lie. With his statement, he started with a lie. He was wrong. The NFLPA is already having meetings about damage control. I'm pretty sure that is not what they're doing.
They're definitely having meetings, but it's probably nothing to do with what the fuck.
It has nothing to do with that. They probably don't even give a damn until the NFL picks up the phone. They ain't talking about that until the NFL picks up the phone. Talking about the owners just gained some leverage over the players. They already had the leverage over the players. They're the NFL owners.
Right. It's like what leverage? Because one person said something. That means they're like, no. That just that doesn't give the owners any more leverage than they have.
Yeah, they already had the leverage. They're the owners.
Yeah.
So I don't know what Chase Daniels is talking about. A backup, the backup. And another thing, this is what happens when a top 5 quarterback speaks in favor of an 18-game season. Top 5 quarterback. He's not a top 5 quarterback because I can name 5 quarterbacks better than him. I'm not going to do it.
No, do please.
Fine. Top 5 quarterback. Patty Mack, Lamar. Hold on. Shit. My handy dandy notebook.
Be a guy in Philly.
Okay, yeah, Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is better than him. I'll give you that.
Maybe. I don't know. Those are just numbers. I don't know. Let me see. Fuck it.
Brock Purdy is better than fucking Joe Burrow.
Purdy. There you go. I'm looking at what is that guy's name? Yeah. So yeah, let's go. So you got Purdy, you got Lamar, you got Hurts, you got Patty Mack, you got. I don't want to say it, but Dak. So there you go. There's
Dak,
5.
yeah. And then I would even throw Josh Allen in the conversation because my thing is I strongly feel like take Chase away, and what do you have with Joe Burrow?
No, I would not be putting ahead of him anymore. Probably at one point would have. Deshaun Watson.
I don't think you put anything. I'm not putting. I don't put anything against in front. I don't put Deshaun Watson against anybody.
Right.
I'm not saying that Joe Burrow's not a good quarterback, but
no, he's top 7 probably. Top 7.
It's just
but he ain't top 5.
My issue with Joe Burrow is just like I feel like he peaked when he went to the Super Bowl.
Marino. He peaked
And
early.
then
He got
had
as
to
far
come
as he's
back.
getting early, and he won't get back there. You won't see that success.
Yeah.
But
It's
he'll
like
have crazy numbers.
right. And I don't want to and I don't want to believe that. I don't want to believe that Joe Burrow's peak. I want to believe that Joe Burrow is still like he is still very good. But I don't want to believe that if you take Jamal Chase away from him, that he's nothing. Because as we saw, Josh Allen had some suspect ass receiver play, and he still at least held the team together with a fucking suspect offense. Like he had, like you got to understand, he had a suspect offense. Like he had to put that team on his back for a long time. So I mean, you got to give him some credit for that. And
I forgot that was on the screen. All right.
okay,
My next thing was Arch Manning, the third, I believe. Is he the third? Second, whatever the fuck. Archie Manning Jr., the third, Trey Manning, whatever, was reportedly given $50,000 to $60,000 to allow his likeness in the game NCAA football 25. Yeah. Due to come out in 7 days.
oh what? I'm sorry, you froze out a little bit. I mean, I know it's local, but I
Started
don't
in
know
the,
the question.
when the cover did.
Could you ask that question one more time?
Okay. There was no question. Archie Manning was given $50,000 to $60,000. That's the number that's floating around to allow his likeness in NCAA football 15. Currently, as it stands, if I'm not mistaken, he's the backup at Texas. The starter, Quinn Ewers, is on the cover of the game.
Yes.
How do I put this? How big of a win is what Arch Manning did over Ewers? Is that just like rubbing his face? Like, I mean, who gets the better end of that deal? Arch gets more money, but and the $600 end the game, and Ewers gets to be the starter and on the cover of the game. Who wins? Who gets the better end of the deal?
I think right now it looks like it's an Arch Manning win, but I feel like in the longevity of it, all Arch Manning is a Manning. That's all he is, a Manning. At the end of the day, yours is better than him, and that's what we're gonna know. Like from here on, like because people are gonna ask the question. They're gonna say like, oh man, they paid this much money for him to play on Madden. Let's see what he put him on NCAA college football. Let's see where he plays on the team. And then they're gonna turn on the game and he's quarterback 2 or quarterback 3. And they're gonna be like, he's garbage. So that's what this whole story sheds light on, is that you're not even a starter, and people did this just because of your name. You may not even be as good as Eli. You may not even be as good as Eli.
You're not wrong. Jury's still out because we ain't seen shit.
Yeah, you may not even be as good as Eli, and you want to have the ego the size of Vince McMahon's alleged grapefruits. And now
I'll give him props. It was well played. He got his extra bits to get in there. He got what he wanted out of it. I mean, it ain't going to mean shit come week 13, but
it ain't going to mean
it ain't going to mean a damn thing when you're home and you got like, what, 50 snaps the whole season.
You want to know when it's not going to make no sense? It ain't going to matter. This one is not going to matter. It's not going to matter July 19th when the game comes out. It won't matter on July 19th when somebody's playing and they simulate for years down the road. And there is no Arch Manning in the game because we've already simulated. None of these guys are here on the. Nobody playing right now is in the game. because I done advanced my career already. It doesn't matter. I don't care about these guys because I've already advanced the game. Doesn't matter. I'm not going to sit here and play out 4 years just because they're there. I'm not playing the game for them. I don't care if you came out there with QB1, QB 41. And this is something that a lot of people seem to figure. Like, I didn't care about the likeness back and when NCAA 14 was a thing. I didn't care about the license back then. I don't care about the likeness now.
Right. I wasn't playing to play as this specific player over there. Hell no.
So I feel like what EA did by paying them was pandering to the Manning family. Paying him was pandering to the Manning family to try to get a little name to the game. Because I'm going to tell you this right now, I don't give two shits because I'm not going to play with Texas. I'm not going to see the Texas roster. I'm not going to play with Colorado. I'm not going to see the Colorado roster. I'm going to go out there, go on Team Builder, create my own university, and run the table with my own custom team. And I'm not going to care who I play against. I won't give a damn.
No, see, I'm going to hop on there and I'm going to go straight to my favorite school in all the land, the school that I love and honor. Well, not honor, but you know what I mean. It's my mother, and that will be your 2026 champion Temple Owls. So
I thought about that too.
That's what I'll be doing. I'll be taking Temple Owl to the championship.
Are you going to use Kurt Warner's son?
Fuck no. Oh, why would I use a Warner? I mean, there's like 3 more coming anyway. But here's my next question. SummerSlam is coming up. It appears the world title shot will be Gunther versus Priest. How do you see that happening? How do you see that going?
Gunther's going to win. It's a Gunther win.
Interesting.
The reason why I say that is because I feel like this is Gunther's going to be one of those people that are going to hold it a little while, hold it long enough for John Cena to get his Hall of Fame win, to get his Hall of Fame inducting record-breaking championship title reign win.
Okay. I can dig that. I like that. I mean, whoever beats Gunther is going to really get something out of it. So that said, I mean, Gunther is the champion. I can see him holding that shit till April through the Rumble and all that good stuff. I like that. I mean, Priest, he's okay as champion, but I've been convinced. I believe in Gunther.
You believe in Gunther?
I do. He's the ring getter and all that good stuff.
Ring getter.
Man. I don't know what the fuck he be saying. Well, with that dumbass haircut, look like a whole fool. A shop at Whole Foods. All right, next question. Is Paul George a Hall of Famer?
No.
All right.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I don't disagree. I'm not even going to challenge it. I don't think anybody really necessarily would think so. So, with that said, I believe the AI production assistant has entered the room, which means things are happening backstage. So, I'm going to turn it over to GQ. What you got
I'm
today?
sorry you got cut off a little bit, Boulevard, but that's all right. The assistant kind of fixed it. You got cut off a little bit.
All right.
I was frozen a little bit.
Now back with the jump off.
Yeah, I got some stories for you guys, sports related. Back when I was a young boy when I was a soldier in the United States of Army. Not sure how it's panning out, but I remember that the United States Army was trying to pander. I'm saying it. Pander to its base. I guess that you can call it, us soldiers. So they were putting a turf field on Bagram Air Base. I remember they put in a turf field. They were going to have like flag football tournaments, and things like that. So I was really excited for that. I was hoping for it. So I'm hoping to see. I haven't seen anything. I don't know what happened with that. Probably got blown up. I don't know. Who knows? So if anybody's heard anything about that, I would like to hear about that. But I have one story, and it's a sports story, and it was one of the funniest things that ever happened while I was in Afghanistan. It's a sports story. So we had this black sergeant who decided while we were on base, he found a basketball hoop, a basketball court. It was a full court. So he went to every single unit on the base with a basketball and was like, check rock. And somehow, he's probably I think I was 22 at the time, he was 30. Somehow, some way, he came back to the brigade and said, the engineer's talking shit. So I was like, bet. Somehow, this sergeant started a team of 18, started a league of 18 different units, and it was a basketball tournament in the middle of Afghanistan. I don't know how he did it.
That's fucking dope.
And the fucking army, the freaking USO sanctioned it. They started. Damn. They sanctioned it. It was because this one sergeant was just like walking around the base, bored as shit one day with a basketball and was like, check rock. And I played in it. And I was walking around. We won. But I was walking around. I was horrible. I'm not a good basketball player, but
yeah, you had like 1.5 points per game. Had them Stephen A. Smith numbers.
But I will tell you, it was shut down. We didn't finish the full tournament because it was shut down, because we had this thing called the MWR, and it's like a place where soldiers go to relax and chill at the end of the day. You watch movies, get snacks. That was shut. It was shut down because they busted up not so much of a prostitution ring, but a ring of stuff that was going on sexually that shouldn't have been going on. And through tests that was going on, they found like it was the same string of chlamydia going on. And it was about like 300 troops had the same string of chlamydia. So, and it was in the basketball hoop that we played on was right outside of that MWR. So they assumed that we all had something to do with it. So yeah, that was my sports story in Afghanistan. Fun stuff.
That went disgustingly left, but that's okay.
It was fun though. Check rock.
Check rock, catch the clap.
Outside of that, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
We cleared an hour.
That was fun.
Yeah.
So I'm happy if any of you stayed around long enough to enjoy it. Yes, you got some frozen moments, but you got some awesome stories. So what? It happens. Not everybody has the beautiful connection that you all have at home. I have kids. They have devices. I even had a baby interrupt me during the show. It's okay. Live. With that being said, if you're still here, hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And until next time, I started on an Army basketball team, but I wouldn't do it in real life. And to that I say, we can't all be starters. That's why I chose to go into the front office. And Boulevard can tell you all, there's one thing you can all do.
At the bench.